Baby, that's exactly what it is. They are trying to bait us to get out into those streets. Revoke it. Overturn it. We ain't coming. We ain't coming. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go in here to this office and I'm going to try to talk my coworkers into going out for lunch. I feel like I want a margarita. We ain't been out in a minute where we could just chill and talk about the goings on. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out in the streets, into my car, into the restaurant, and get me a margarita. That's what I'm going to do.
What's up, everyone? This is the first time that I've actually highlighted another content creator on this platform. She's a person that I follow and a person that I admire. Her content is thought-provoking, it's informative, and her name is Tabitha. And you can follow her on many various social media platforms, including TikTok and YouTube. Her handle is Tabitha Speaks Politics. That's all together. So if you're not following her, do yourself a favor and follow her. I'm just going to go a little bit further into the conversation that Tabitha started earlier. And I want you to look at this as a public service announcement. And this will be a public service announcement for Black people. But if you're not Black, I still want you to hang around so that you can listen and learn as to what it is that we're up against as people of color in this country. For the last few weeks, Trump has been signing executive orders as if he's sitting on the toilet and thinking of ways to bait Black Americans into the streets. For example, he signed an order erasing the names of Black men and women from Arlington's cemetery website. He issued orders removing DEI and what the right call wokeism from the federal government. He has issued orders to remove the ban on segregated facilities dealing with discrimination within the federal government. And that's not all. The idea has been floated around to pardon the person who took the life of George Floyd. Now, keep in mind, this is all part of a strategy to bait you like a fish. He wants you to become aggravated and agitated so that you will flood the streets within the cities and states. He wants you out there marching and holding hands and screaming no justice and no peace and singing that we shall overcome. In the South, we have a word like this, and it's an old expression, and it says, don't fall for the okie doke. It is when someone is acting like they're your friend, but all the while they're just waiting to betray you. Black people, listen and listen well. Trump is not our friend. If you flood the streets, joining in with the other marches and the protesters who are out there fighting because of what's happening within the country, then you will have actually taken the bait. And you will have taken it hook, line, and sinker. That's a fishing expression. Now, this is really what's going to happen. The marches will be infiltrated by some who look like us but are not like us, and others who don't look like us. They will actually be supporters of the current administration. They will use the marches as an opportunity to stir up violence by throwing Molotov cocktails, burning down businesses and communities, and committing all types of crimes. There will be fighting and mayhem in the streets. We've seen this before, and they will place the blame totally on the Black protesters. And just like they used an old law from centuries ago to deport people from this country, Trump will use another law from the past, and it is called the Insurrection Act of 1807, which states that the president has the right to deploy the military and federalize the National Guard within the United States in particular circumstances. And that law gives the government the right to suppress civil disorder, insurrection, or rebellion. And I want you to know that when this happens, your First Amendment rights will be null and void because you will have participated in an insurrection which they will spin as a rebellion to overthrow the government. And for those who are not unalived in the streets, guess what will happen? You will be arrested and deported to places that you have never seen or countries you have never visited. I'm not trying to scare you, but I'm trying to warn you so that you will understand that this is not our battle to fight. Our ancestors, along with others, marched. They suffered. They bled and died so that America would become a nation that reflected the melting pot of its varying ethnicities. Guess what? I know it's hard, but we must sit this one out for the next 4 years and allow others to carry the torch. So if you're stressed, go out and have a few drinks with friends and pay for an Uber to get you back home. Go to the gym and work out for a few hours and relieve stress. Better yet, go somewhere and make love to your significant other. But under no circumstance do you engage in a protest on the streets. This is not our party and it's not our fish to fry. I want you to keep speaking out on social media by lending your voices and encouraging others who are in this fight so that they will have the strength to keep fighting this good fight. I want you to watch your surroundings, but most of all, I want you to stay woke and stay alert. Follow me on TikTok and other social media platforms under the handle Charles Van Horn 53. Until next time, stay safe.